So how can meditation help you recover from exercise? So yesterday I posted a video about the recovery checklist, and there was 4 or 5 things on there. I think I posted 5 things with timestamps on that, so you can check that out. But I'm gonna get a little bit more in depth into the relaxation side of things with meditation. So one of the things that we wanna do is we wanna make sure that we're able to relax. And this is immediately after you exercise. We want to try to calm down. We want to try to get in, excuse me, we want to try to get into the anabolic window, the building phase from our exercise as quickly as possible. So, what does that mean? We've got to chill the F out. We have to rest, recover. What does that mean in context of meditation? Meditation is just something that I use where I'm just sitting and I'm still, I'm quiet, and I'm breathing, and I'm focusing on my breathing. Now, the meditation that I do is very active in the sense that I'm focusing, and that's what meditation should be. It should be your central focus is on one thing, and that can be a word, that can be a mantra, that can be a prayer, that can be your breath. I teach a breathing awareness meditation, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about today in context of what we're talking about, because this is my meditation. This is my perspective. This is how I help my recovery. But in the context of exercise, immediately after exercise, if you're someone that stays amped up and wired, you're not allowing yourself to get into these anabolic windows and start the recovery process. Again, you want to get in the gym and get the heck out, meaning you want to get your work done as quickly as you can, safely as you can, work out as hard as you can. You want that intensity to be up, and then you want to spend the rest of the time after that recovering. That day, that night, the next day, the next week, all right? You want to make sure that you're getting that recovery. So how do we do that with meditation? Again, it's going to allow your nervous system to go from that super fight or flight excited state, which we talked about in Training Insane. Watch that video. You got to get nuts to be able to, again, kick on the stimulus to get the response that your body says, hey, this was a life or death situation. We did have this fight or flight response. It was to a level 10. So let's increase the hormones. Let's increase the satellite cells so that they go and clean up the muscle and build it back up again, because this was a threat to our survival. But if we stay in that threat mode all the time, you're gonna burn yourself out. Your adrenal glands are gonna be firing. You're gonna have all these substrates in your system that are good for the short-term bout of exercise. They're great for that. You need that. Again, you gotta train nuts. But if that stays in your system all the time, cortisol hormone's gonna be high, and your body's not gonna be able to continue to build. It's going to, again, what do you feel like when you're super stressed? The words are like, I feel frazzled, I feel worn out, I feel fatigued. We wanna feel built up, we wanna feel recovered, we wanna feel energized. And the way that we do that can be through rest and relaxation, like we've talked about, but we're gonna talk about meditation. So a breathing awareness meditation, I've had some of my clients do this immediately after exercise because they are just someone who's just one thing to the next, the next, the next, the next. And they don't take time to just relax after the bout of exercise. Now, if you have a high enough intensity of exercise, you're gonna need to just sit there and relax after. So that's one thing. Get your intensity up so that you are forced to relax after. But if you need help with that, again, you just sit somewhere. You can sit in a chair, you can sit on the ground, but all you're doing is you're just focusing on your breath. As you breathe in, as you breathe out. You're not complicating it. You're not breathing in for 4 seconds or out for 4. I don't care about any of that. What I'm focused on is breathing. I'm feeling it in through my body, fill my lungs, fill my chest cavity. I'm relaxing as it comes out. I'm feeling it leave my body. You can visualize the air going out of your body and then in your body and filling you up. If you're a visual person, you can kind of see the particles of air like light going into you and then flowing out of you and flowing in and out. You can feel it if you're visceral like myself. I feel the air filling my stomach and my chest cavity, filling my lungs, and then exhaling and letting it come out. You can hear it, you can listen to it. I make those noises. When I'm sitting here, I can hear as I breathe in through my nose, I can hear it as I come out of my mouth, all right, or out of my nose. Especially if you're in your own body, you can hear that stuff. So you can hear it, you can see it, you can feel it, but you can just focus on the rhythm. So I like to use kind of like a little sine wave, all right? So as my breath goes in, I think about like the sine wave coming up, and as it goes out, I feel like it's going down. So I just have that little wave going in, and I kind of match it with my breath. So I'm gonna do it right now for you. I'm breathing in, it gets to the peak. Levels out, I breathe back in, and I breathe out. For me, my breathing in is gonna be quicker, and my exhale is gonna be slower. So I'm really gonna take my time on the exhale. I'm not gonna force, again, don't force, but I will naturally breathe out longer, especially when you're relaxing. You're gonna focus on that exhale, and that's gonna help chill out and help you relax. So meditation in the acute, in that immediate phase after you work out, taking some breaths, sitting, chilling, shaking things out. If you just want to sit and meditate for a minute, 2 minutes. I wrote a book called 2-Minute Meditation. I'm gonna re-release as I rewrite it, as I didn't really put my heart and soul into the final copy. I left a lot of that out because I thought that people weren't gonna want to hear that. And now I know that you have to share what's on your mind regardless. That's what we have to do. We have to be honest. And so I'm going to release that because 2 minutes is really all I found that I really needed. That 1 minute wasn't enough for me. 2 minutes was great. It was a great thing. I used to do 20 minutes, but I found I could get just as much out of it after I did 2 minutes, and I could do those bouts throughout the day. So even just taking a minute or two just to sit and relax after you work out. Before you start your car and go on with your day and answer your phone. I mean, we're just constantly stimulated. And this is why we have so much stress. We're on our phone. We're this. I'm not one of those people that I have to have something stimulating me. From my room to the front door to the car I have to have something. I'm listening to a podcast. I'm listening to music. I'm doing something. I'm thinking about something. Just taking time to shut all that off and relax. And you might be terrible at it. If you're someone that's terrible at it, you need practice, meditate. 1 minute, 2 minutes at a time. Break it up throughout the day. Do another 5-minute session. Do another 10-minute session. As you see fit, you'll start adding more time into it. But you want to try to make it a regular practice every day, multiple times a day if you're doing small things, if you can. But the main thing is you get in this habit of doing it. And then that's what happens in the long term. The extended phase, the long-term effects of it are you then start to have a lowered stress response throughout your life if you practice meditation on a regular basis. So when stressful things happen, instead of you going back into that fight or flight mode, which again we said is good for the gym, we need that intensity. We want to fight the weights to the death. That's the whole point of doing it. That gets your body going, okay, we're ready. We want this, all right? We want this growth. We want this substrate. We want this hormone release because it's threatening us. But the rest of life, we want to relax. Think about a lion. Big, strong, powerful being. Gorilla. They just chill all day. You poke that bear, and you poke the lion in the nuts, all right? You tap that gorilla on the shoulder, right? It's ready to snap and snarl and go crazy whenever it needs to. But most of the time, they're just freaking chilling, hanging out, playing with the kids maybe, all right? That's what we're meant to do. So we've got to try to get into that mode. Relax, breathe. Again, breathing awareness meditation. It's so simple, and it can be very challenging for people, especially if you're someone who's constantly stimulated by all these different things. So you need that even more. But it doesn't mean you need to turn into a yogi and start meditating for 20 minutes in the morning and 20 minutes in the evening. If that fits into your lifestyle and you enjoy it and you get a lot out of it, great. But regardless, we need to take that time to reset. And what happens in life is we just get scattered. But again, that stress response constantly is elevated, and that blocks us from gaining muscle. It blocks us from losing fat. It blocks us from sleeping well. This is another part of recovery. It blocks us from absorbing nutrients into your body. Your digestive system gets screwed up, all right? So relaxation and meditation is such an important tool for relaxation, is so crucial to your overall gains, to your overall muscle building, your fat loss, your overall health. Meditation for me is a way that in 2 minutes, you can get so much of that calming sensation if you learn to do it right. Now, maybe you start off and you're going, okay, I'm going to do this thing that JD was saying. I'm going to sit here for 2 minutes. I'm going to breathe. And you get one breath in, and then the rest of the time your mind's going, oh my God, I have to do this after work. I have to do this before work. I got to pick the kids up. I've got to, oh my God, I have to schedule my workout. JD said I have to train insane. Oh my God, now that's great. And the whole 2 minutes, the timer goes off. All right, you set your alarm for 2 minutes. Boom, the timer goes off and you go, oh crap. I didn't think about my breath other than that first breath that I sat down. Relax, chill out. Don't beat yourself up over it. Just do it again the next day. That's it. You'll start to find that I look at it kind of like a GPS system. You set in your GPS, what? A destination. For our purposes with meditation, the destination is what? Focusing on your breathing. That's where we want to go for 2 minutes straight, right? It's not going to happen. You're not going to do it for 2 minutes. I don't do it for 2 minutes straight. I don't know anybody who does it for 2 minutes straight. If you turn into a crazy yogi and you're out on a mountain and you're doing things for 4 hours at a time and you're traveling intergalactically, great. You probably don't have the time, probably don't even have the interest for that. You want to get big, get strong, lose weight, get fit, whatever it might be. Have a less stressed life. We can still accomplish that in 2 minutes. How do you do that? Like a GPS. Hey, I've set my destination. I'm going to start here and I'm going to get here. Well, I might start off that course and already I've taken an off ramp. All right. I don't know where I'm going. I'm thinking about other things. I'm going off all. And what happens? Oh, I'm back on my breath for a breath or 2 or 3. Then I'm off thinking about all these other things. Then I'm back on my breath, another breath. And then 2 minutes is up. But it's like a GPS. We waver out and then we come back to it. So catch yourself. Don't beat yourself up. That's one of the biggest mistakes that people make with meditation is they get upset at themselves because they're like, oh my God, I didn't do the meditation thing. That's not what it's about. The success is just sitting down to do it. Right there, you're successful. You took the time to center, to sit, to put a goal. So what? You didn't do it for 2 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever it is. You thought about other things for that whole time. Good. That's fine. Don't beat yourself up. Bring yourself back to, hey, good job. I sat down and I did it. Next time, I got one breath. I focused for one breath and the rest of the time it was chaos. Fine. Great. Congratulate yourself for that one breath. Next time after that, it's one breath. Next time after that, it's one breath at the beginning. And then, oh, I got one and then the alarm went off. I got 2. Don't count, but just be thinking. It's not about how many breaths that you get in that time. It's about taking that time to do it. And you will naturally, as your GPS system gets more fine-tuned, it starts to go, oh, I'm wavering, and you catch it. Oh, I'm out. I'm thinking about cooking the chicken tonight. Oh, boom, I'm back. Oh, I'm thinking about this person that pissed me off. Boom, I'm back to breath. And what happens is this practice, they talk about basically looking and seeing your thoughts like they're clouds passing over you. That will happen naturally if you stay focused on, again, what's your end goal is to stay focused on the breath. You'll start to then be focusing on your breathing. The thought will come up and you'll see it. You'll have separation from yourself and the thought. And you'll go, oh, there it is. I'm breathing. By thought, breath, breath, thought, oh, hi thought, by thought. That's it. Now you're meditating. Now you're a master. Once you can do the fact that you can see the thought, it comes up. You're never going to stop your thoughts. That's opposite of what we want. You observe it. You take a step back from it. You're focusing on your breath. It comes. You can't stop it. You see it, but you can respond to it and go back to your breath. That's a thought in itself. Our meditation is a focus. It's a thought process of thinking only about one thing. You can do that with prayer. You can do that with a mantra. You can do that with a loved one. You can be thinking about this person and just be thinking about them, sending them love or receiving love from them or wherever it might be, right? They don't even have to be here. They can be gone. Whatever way you do it, I do it with the breathing awareness because I think the breathing is so important. And it's a tool that allows you to get into your subconscious mind because your breath is something that's both conscious and subconscious. As you're listening to me speak right now, if I started mentioning breathing, you might have noticed your own breathing pattern. or relaxed, whatever it is. As soon as we start focusing on other things, you forget about your breath, but you still keep breathing, your body will survive. So it's conscious and subconscious. So you can then tap into that subconscious world with, like I said, these thoughts that come in, and then start to align yourself. So meditate. Do it after your workout if you really need help lowering that stress response, relaxing after after that bout of exercise. And then as you practice it throughout your week, you're going to start to see you're more resilient towards stress. You're able to center yourself more. And that's good for all sorts of things. Any sort of goal that you want, you need to be able to focus on that goal. You get distracted from it. You're focusing on other things, back to the goal. Other things, back to the goal. You get to that goal sooner, just like the GPS. It's finding the most efficient way. You go out, it reroutes, and then boom, you're back on track to where you want to go. That's all we're doing. So take the time to meditate, super powerful. Doesn't take more than a minute, 2 minutes a day. But the fact that you're sitting down and doing it, that's the win. Celebrate those wins, keep going, and you're going to see how your recovery will be dramatically enhanced because of that. Thank you.